Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for News Bulletin on Channel 2. I'm Sora Slim, and we will start our News Bulletin with the headlines. President الفتاح السيسي convenes with Jordan's Crown Prince Emir al-Hussein bin Abdullah الثاني on Palestinian issue. Rafah border crossing continues receiving aid trucks entering into Gaza via Auga and Karm Abu Salim crossings. The Ukrainian military said that Russia launched 143 drones to attack the country overnight. Welcome back to the news in details. President الفتاح السيسي held a meeting on Sunday with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research Ayman Ashur. Presidential spokesman said that the meeting tackled the stance of the national projects implemented by the Ministry of the Higher Education, including the establishment of national universities, digital transformation and mechanization of services. President Sisi asserted on the necessity to focus on converting scientific research outputs into products that contribute to serving the national economy as well as promoting a culture of innovation. Sisi was also briefed on the efforts exerted by the hospitals of the universities to receive injured from Gaza Strip, where they directed to continue providing medical services at the universities' hospitals and providing medicines to the people of Gaza. President الفتاح السيسي convened today with Jordan's Crown Prince Emir al-Hussein bin Abdullah الثاني as they discussed the latest development in the Palestinian territories. The meeting reviewed the necessity of immediate reconstruction process in Gaza Strip without the displacement of the Palestinian people from their lands. On his part, the Jordanian Crown Prince stressed his country's support to the Egyptian efforts to put a plan to reconstruct Gaza with the Palestinians still living in their territories. He also asserted on Jordan's support to the emergency Arab summit that Egypt hosts on the Palestinian coast. President Sisi and Jordan Crown Prince warned from the ongoing escalation in the West Bank and the violations of the Holy Islamic and Quds places. Both leaders confirmed on establishing the independent Palestinian state according to the border of the 4th of June 1967 with Jerusalem as its capital, as it is the only guarantee for achieving permanent peace and stability in the region. President الفتاح السيسي said that the establishment of a Palestinian state within the boundaries of the 4th of June 1967 and with Jerusalem as its capital is the only guarantee for achieving long-term peace. He said it's important to start the rebuilding of the Gaza Strip and for the Gazans to stay in their lands. Sisi was speaking during a meeting with the head of the World Jewish Congress, Ronald Lauder, in Cairo on Sunday. The meeting was attended by the head of the General Intelligence, Hassan Rashid. Presidential spokesman Ambassador Mohammed al-Shinnawi said that the meeting tackled means of bringing back stability to the Middle East. He said the talks also reviewed Egyptian efforts with regards to implementing the ceasefire deal in Gaza, including hostage exchange and facilitating the entry of the human assistance to the enclave. For his part, Lauder said he appreciates efforts by Egypt to bring back stability to the region. He said that he is keen on continuing with deliberations with Cairo on all related issues stemming from its leadership role in achieving peace in the Middle East and wise efforts exerted to achieve stability in the region. The spokesman said that during the talks, Sisi stressed the need for all parties to shoulder the responsibility of keeping the ceasefire in place and said that the continuation of this strife will be harmful to all parties without exception. A convoy by Tahya Masr or Long Live Egypt Fund was launched on Sunday. The convoy, dubbed Gates of Goodness, covers 27 governorates for the holy month of Ramadan. The fund also announced the launch of a humanitarian aid convoy for Gaza. The convoy for Gaza is being launched under the theme Joining Hands for Humanity. Ministers, governors, senior officials, businessmen, and representatives from NGOs attended the event. Rafah border crossing continues receiving trucks entering into Gaza Strip via Auga and Karm Abu Salim crossings. 281 trucks entered the crossing border, including 20 fuel trucks, in addition to trucks of food, humanitarian and medical aid. The trucks entered after being searched in Auga and Karm Abu Salim crossings. Officials say this comes in line with the ceasefire deal, adding that Palestinian patients and the injured are being received for treatment in Egyptian hospitals. The Hamas Interior Ministry said in a statement that 3 policemen were killed as a result of an Israeli occupation airstrike that targeted them while they were deployed to secure aid in the Shawka area east of Rafah. This morning, the Hamas force said it shot down 95 of the drones and 46 didn't reach their targets, likely due to electronic countermeasures. The details to follow.
At least one person was injured in Russian overnight air attacks that also started a fire in a critical infrastructure building in the southern city of Mykolaiv and damaged several houses in the Kyiv region. The Ukrainian military said on Sunday that Russia launched 143 drones to attack the country overnight. The Air Force said it shot down 95 of the drones and 46 did not reach their targets, likely due to electronic countermeasures. 5 apartment buildings and several shop and office spaces were damaged as a result of falling drone debris. In the Kyiv region, several houses were damaged in a Russian air attack, but there were no injuries. There was no immediate comment from Russia. Both sides deny targeting civilians in the war that Russia started with its full-scale military operation in Ukraine nearly 3 years ago. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian military said that Russian forces sharply increased combat activity in eastern Ukraine, and the main attacks were concentrated near an important logistics hub of Pokrovsk. Russian troops have been advancing towards Pokrovsk for weeks as part of their steady drive through eastern Ukraine's Donetsk region, capturing a string of villages. The military said there were 261 military clashes in the past 24 hours, compared to just over 100 days earlier. Almost a third of all the fighting was concentrated near Pokrovsk.
Welcome back. Moving to the economics and business sector, in which Egypt's bourse closed higher today amid purchases by local investors and corporations against sell-offs by Arab and foreign investors. The market capital of listed companies added 34 billion Egyptian pounds, reaching 2.2 trillion pounds at the end of the transactions that stood at 22.6 billion pounds. The benchmark index EGX 30 rose 1.49% to reach 30,443 point mark. The equal weighted indices EGX 70 and EGX 100 climbed 1.94% and 2.1% respectively. Minister of Planning, Economic Development and International Cooperation, Dr. Rania Al-Mashot, said that developing countries are facing an increase in debt with more than 50% of their budgets, which negatively affects sustainable development plans. Dr. Rania Al-Mashot was speaking during the preparatory meetings of the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development currently held in Spain. The conference discusses the economic challenges facing emerging markets and developing economies, as well as means to provide needed annual funds to support sustainable development objectives in developing countries. Now moving to the exciting world of sports, in which Zamalek held a 1-1 draw with the Petrojet in the 14th round of the Egyptian Premier League. The White Knights are currently in the 3rd rank in the league standings on 27 points, 2 behind second place the Ahli and 3 away from league leaders Pyramids at 7 p.m. Cairo local time. The Red Devils will try to regain the league's top position when they face Holtz El Ismaili. The defending champions are on 29 points, trailing Pyramids with 1 point. El Ismaili are in the 4th position on 12 points. Arsenal ignored their injury woes to close the gap on Premier League leaders Liverpool after a 2-0 win against Leicester, while Omar Marmoush hat-trick fired Manchester City's 4-0 rout of top four rivals Newcastle yesterday. However, Liverpool, who are unbeaten in the league since September, can increase the lead back to 7 points if they beat relegation-threatened Wolverhampton Wanderers at Anfield today. At the Ittihad Stadium, champions Manchester City's title hopes may have long since vanished, but they looked much more recognizable as recent signing Marmoush bagged a hat-trick in 13 first-half minutes in a 4-0 rout of Newcastle United. Welcome back, and for today's weather, Egyptian meteorological authorities said that moderate weather is expected to prevail tomorrow. During daytime over Cairo, cold over the northern coast, warm in Upper Egypt and Sinai, turning very cold at night all over the country. Here's a look at the expected highs and lows degrees in Cairo and other governorates. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of our news bulletin. Stay tuned for the coming updates on the top of the hour. I'm Sara Slim. Thank you for watching.